Sorry, I'm a little unfocused. Personal matter. It won't affect my duties.
The yeoman said you wanted to see me. What's this about, Jacob?
As I said, it's a personal matter. I don't want to waste our time if it turns out to be a goose chase. But... well, I got pinged by a ghost the other night. Family.
I'm listening.
My private log got an update about the Hugo Gernsback, the ship my father served on. It sent an SOS last week, reporting a crash and requesting a rescue. Shepard, that ship went missing 10 years ago. I hadn't talked to my father for 3 years before that. I've buried everything but a body. I'm not convinced it isn't just some automated distress signal ticking over. It's been too long.
I'd think you'd be more excited that your father might be alive.
He wasn't around enough for me to have bad memories. It's an old, well-healed wound. But if he's actually alive and needs help, I also want to note that it's not normal procedure for distress calls to be routed to the Normandy. This was passed to my personal log through Cerberus filters.
Any signs that this is a Cerberus front? Who passed this to you?
I doubt the elusive man would let a direct operation stake hold this long. If there's a link, it's probably just about money. Cerberus needs diverse holdings to fund projects like, well, you. And whoever sent this my way covered their tracks. Someone could be fishing for favors, or thought it would get under my skin. Who knows with that bunch?
You didn't get along with your father?
He made no apologies, I'll give him that. You make a mistake, you own up to it. Even if you keep making it. Whatever problems we had were a lifetime ago. I've had 10 years to get to where I am. And as far as I know, he's still a ghost.
Tell me about the Hugo Gernsback and what it was doing.
Privately held frigate. I looked over the mission brief when it disappeared. Nothing stood out. Typical research and grab operation. Find an uncharted planet, stake a claim, and establish as large a presence as you can as fast as possible to shut out competitors.
I think we can spare the time. Pass the coordinates to Joker.
I appreciate that, Commander. I don't expect more than dusty old bones, but it'll be good to close the record. I hope we can clear up what's going on with the Gernsback, Commander. Doubt my father's alive after all this time. Was there anything else? Just eager to get going.
I'm more interested in
Already?
just...
I'm not big on forcing these talks, Shepard. Let's do this later.
Any thoughts on how to prepare?
We've got the
against...
best armor available. The rest is outside my expertise, Commander.
How we doing,
Felt
Jack?
good to take that collector ship, but we need to find a way to take it to them. That's a big step. May as well be out in airlock. Anything else, Commander?
What do you think of the state of the crew?
Yeah. Anything else, Commander?
We'll talk later.
Commander.
Thane would like to speak with you, Commander.
Wow, my mic's been off this whole time. Wow, I'm an idiot. Okay. 5 minutes in. We're doing loyalty missions. We're gonna do them one at a time. The reason I was unfocused at first is because of my nose is still stuffed up, and so I just took some nasal decongestant. It's probably just as well because I was snorting a lot. I was going while trying to decongest.
An anomaly.
MSV Hugo Gernsback, registration BW4610034087. Impact and unscheduled suborbital deceleration recorded. General distress. MSV Hugo Gernsback, registration BW46.
I have found something.
Okay, well this is a rich planet, so let's
Launching probe.
let's scan it. Bruh, bruh, bruh.
Launching probe. Launching probe. Launching probe. Launching probe. Launching probe. Probe launched. Probe launched.
Yeah, I think when I was streaming last night, when I was streaming some Subnautica, I actually still had it set to...
Probe launched.
I still had it set to look like I was streaming Mass Effect when I was streaming Subnautica. Whoopsies. Okay, so I have to take Jacob. Hey, that'll make for an interesting squad. Sure. that decongestant is already working. I can actually breathe through my nose. I couldn't before I started the stream.
I have run a scan of the ship. I detect no life signs, but there may be useful technology or information still inside.
Blah, 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 blah.
There it is, and mostly intact. They could have survived impact, but it's been years.
It's been years. I'm just realizing if I do Mordin's
Looks like it
after
was stripped
this,
after the crash.
that means
They'd have tried to
Tuchanka,
get a beacon up as soon as possible.
which is not a place that we have actually been to yet.
Repeat, toxology alert. Danger of rapid neural decay. Local flora chemically incompatible with human physiology. Override. Beacon resumed. Pause time, 8 years, 237 days, 7 hours.
Along with this anymore. We've done horrible things to the crew. The conditions they're in, they don't understand what we're doing to them. Distract them for 2 seconds and they forget what you did before the bruises show. It's got to stop. I'm talking to the others as soon as...
What was her name? Sarah? Suzanne? My God, I can't remember. I can't remember her face. We need to get out. So I can remember. Can think straight. They have to hurry. Process, but this isn't a military ship. Just bumping the command line up a notch doesn't work. Captain Fairchild knew this crew. His replacement doesn't command the same level of respect. I'm hoping the man has it in him that
I haven't really been testing, but I can cycle through weapons with the mouse wheel. Like it's a real first-person shooter or something. So something happened if they crash landed. It sounds like they were kind of taking advantage of some of the women.
Danger of rapid neural decay. Local flora chemically incompatible with human physiology. Override. Beacon resumed. Pause time, 8 years, 237 days, 7 hours.
Like maybe people's memories weren't working quite right.
From the look of it, this beacon's been here a while. Why would they wait years to signal?
Pause in beacon protocol. 8 years, 237 days, 7 hours. Pause is recorded as record deleted by acting captain Ronald Taylor.
That's not right. My father was first officer.
Ronald Taylor was
Said
promoted
acting.
under emergency command protocols. Other flagged issues: unsafe deceleration, local food and neural decay, beacon activation protocols.
Local food impairs brain functions? What are the effects?
Impairment of mental function due to chemical imbalance begins within 7 days of ingesting local flora, regardless of decontamination or preparation. Impact on higher cognitive abilities and long-term memory is cumulative. but significant within a standard month. It is not known if neural decay is permanent. Data collection was not completed.
I assume unsafe deceleration refers to the crash. Give me the details.
Following an unspecified impact and sublight drive failure, the Hugo Gernsback made an unscheduled descent at 465% of theoretical recommended suborbital velocity. The Hugo Gernsback then decelerated at 782% of theoretical recommended approach velocity, sustaining significant damage to investment and crew.
Why are you comparing the crash to theoretical speeds?
The Hugo Gernsback was constructed off-world. It is not rated for suborbital descent, and doing so exceeded operational parameters.
Who is in command of this ship? Where are the survivors?
Captain Harris Fairchild reported killed following unscheduled suborbital descent. First Officer Ronald Taylor promoted in-field to acting captain.
But where is he now?
The location of the remaining crew of the Hugo Gernsback is unknown. This beacon has been unattended for several maintenance cycles.
Why wasn't the beacon activated before now?
This emergency beacon became functional after 358 days, 12 hours, following the unscheduled suborbital descent of the Hugo Gernsback. Activation was triggered remotely after 8 years, 237 days, 7 hours, on the authority of Acting Captain Ronald Taylor. Pause in beacon protocol is recorded as record deleted.
Okay.
Come on, let's get going.
My father had a working beacon, but didn't signal for almost 9 years. Maybe that neural decay affected him.
After this long, he's probably chewing the walls.
Well, okay, so the local food makes them all idiots.
From the sky? The leader said someone would come. He delayed for so long, but he still has power. Some have lost faith. The hunters. They will have seen your star. They will not let you help him.
What are you talking about? You're not making sense.
I don't remember how to say it. He's our leader and we serve so we can go home. But some want to fight him. They were cast out. He exiled them. So they hunt his machines and those who help him. They don't believe that rescue will come.
Watch out!
Hunters, they won't stop until the leader is dead.
Kill them! Agents of the liar! He will not escape!
Eyes ahead!
Agents of the liar.
Eat that! Back off!
Right between you!
Can't target them!
Crap.
I've got him! Sure thing. You're done! Got him! Yeah! Come on over! That ain't neural decay. That's just nuts.
My father wouldn't let this go on. Something is very wrong.
So the people here are stupid. Or crazy.
Strip for parts. Tech's wearing out. Those hunters must be laying on the pressure. Is that a settlement? They'd better be friendlier than the beach group. I need answers.
The beach group. I don't know if that counts as a beach, dude.
They don't look hostile, but they're wearing enemy colors.
There aren't any men here. Maybe it affects genders differently? Makes males get violent.
Yeah, but that other woman said the exiled ones came back as hunters.
It doesn't matter right now. One of these people must know what my father has to do with this.
You have his face. He promised to call the sky, but he sends nothing.
He forced us to eat, to decay. You are cursed with his face.
Not the best reaction to the family resemblance, Jacob.
Why would my father force his crew to eat toxic food? Whatever's happening here needs to stop.
I'm just realizing, that girl I pushed out of the way. Sorry, I hate to run all the way back, but is she still down here? Is she alive? I saved her, right?
You killed them, but there are more every day. They want to fight, but I just want to go home.
What?
She's lost it. We need to find someone who can make sense of this.
I doubt there are more every day because, you know, the humans don't breed that fast. Yeah, so I got on some good time with Subnautica yesterday.
Look at these spoiled food stores. They've been eating only that toxic local food for who knows how long. Like that wasn't obvious enough.
I can't talk to you. He has a cruel face. Go away. You are like him. You will keep us here.
What the hell? Somebody had to push them to make that. That's borderline worship.
Well, maybe?
He keeps us, protects us, and we please him like he demands.
Your captain demands obedience. Weapons are forbidden.
Any CO who'll do this to his own men is asking for a knife in his spine.
Well, that would make them hate him. Maybe it was just for defense.
Yeah, you keep telling yourself that, dude.
Please, here. You could end it. You have his face. But you fight his machines. You might stop this. This, I forget how to read. But this was the start. What he promised, and what they did to us. We need the sky. Take us back to the sky.
Jacob, what does it say?
It's a crew logbook. Some of them thought the beacon repair was taking too long. They were afraid they'd run out of supplies and lose their minds to the decay. My father restricted the ship food for himself and the other officers so they wouldn't be affected. Everybody else had to eat the toxic food and hope for treatment later. The rest is a casualty list. A few mutinied over the decision. My father and his officers turned the mechs on them.
He wasn't command material and it got to him. Couldn't keep the crew in line without violence.
It didn't stop there. More incidents, harsh punishments. It's like they're cattle or toys. In a year, all the male crew members are flagged as exiled or dead. They separated out the women, assigned them to officers, like pets. And after the beacon is fixed, the officers appear in the casualties too. After. My father took control and didn't stop it.
Does it say why he separated the men and women? Or is it as bad as it seems?
No, it turns to gibberish. Maybe the men got violent early on, but from the state of this place, I'd say the Hunter thing is recent. What he allowed here, Shepard, I don't see any justification.
We haven't seen any other officers. He killed them?
There were 5 after the crash. Medical, engineering, bridge staff. Should have had no problem fixing the beacon and keeping people safe. All killed within the same week. About a month after the beacon was repaired.
Anything in there about whether the effects of the toxic food can be treated?
Nothing. But it seems like the right call. If everyone gets it, who's left to fix the beacon? You'd never get out. But they did fix it. And the signal wasn't sent until now. I'm starting to see why.
Do you see an explanation for this? He's your father.
Is he? None of this fits. Maybe the initial decision, but the rest? Abuse of power doesn't get any clearer than this. I need to find this man.
Oh. Ugh. Let's get back maybe. You two as well. Or just, you know, let your shields take a hit.
My crew went insane. I only just got free. God damn it. It's really him. Just got free. He's covering his ass.
Probably.
That rotted old corpse looks like a warning. The newer ones look like they died there.
The hunters started fighting back.
Buffalo!
Proximity warning.
Careful. I automated my defenses after the crew turned violent. They keep us. He had plenty of choices. A little late to blame his victims.
Proximity warning.
This'll put him down!
Can't reach your target. This looks interesting.
Gravity's what we need, mother, huh?
Calm down. I had to keep them busy, distracted, but it's getting dangerous. Thank God you've come. He had his fun.
The best
Now he
strategy
wants
he
out.
could come up with.
Son of a bitch.
He didn't like go back and like get him, Zaid. Get him.
Here they come. Firing an impact shot.
It took years to train my guards. I'm afraid you'll have to fight them to rescue me. Throwing people away. This thing is not my father.
Comes out like your father.
Heads up! Enemy drone! Firing concussive shot! Have a nice trip!
Oh, shoot, a mech. Crap, I thought that was all of the enemies.
You're up! Enemy drone! Gotta hurt! Right!
Cover. Enemy drone! Tag! Sit down! Anyone else want some? This'll put him down! Right!
So we can go home.
Enough with the toys. I need to look my father in the eye and hear him justify this.
Can now afford tech cooldowns. That's kind of a piece of shit, dude. Not a fan. Set up a nice little place for yourself here.
I knew a real squad would blow through just fine. Sorry if the mech scuffed your pads. I'll get you something
You two
nice
don't
when we
look
get
that
back
much
to
alike.
Alliance Base. I've got to have some back pay coming.
What about your crew, acting captain?
Total loss. The toxic food turned them wild. They propped me up here in some kind of ritual behavior. Waiting for a chance to signal has been hell.
That's the best you can do?
You let all your people talk back like that? Who are you exactly?
Commander Shepard of the Normandy. I believe you are acquainted with Mr. Taylor.
Taylor? Jacob? No. Not Jacob.
Why not me? Would 10 years of this look better to anyone else in the galaxy?
You have to understand, this isn't me. The realities of command, they change you. I wasn't ready for that. I made sure you were taught right. Before I left, I hoped to leave it at that.
But I just get an alert for a comment.
I'm not unreasonable, Captain, but 10 years? What happened?
God damn it! Why did you do this to your crew?
There was resistance to the plan. Mutiny. We had to take a hard line to keep order. And things settled down.
This is the same
As the
voice
decay
actor
set
that did
in, we
Lee
made sure the
in
crew were
Walking
comfortable.
Dead.
Some even seemed happier. Ignorance is bliss, right? And they were grateful for guidance, like an instinct. Pure authority was easy, at first. Months in, the effect lowered inhibitions. They got territorial. Rank, protocol, they couldn't understand. We had to establish dominance. After a while, the perks seemed normal.
That's it? You created a harem and played king? 10 years in a juvenile fantasy?
I can't point to where it all went wrong. But when the beacon was ready, revealing what happened didn't seem like a good idea.
What happened to the other officers?
Anders found his conscience a little late to step back. He had an accident. Things got tense. End of the day, I was the one with the mechs. I got a little basic in setting examples. But I was kind to my people once things settled down. Seemed like I'd earned some peace.
You fought over people like they were toys. Things.
The stores from the ship couldn't last forever. You had to know this would end one day.
Dining for one can really stretch things out. Besides, I can think of a lot worse retirement plans than stripping down and joining the droolers. That was before the hunters, of course. Dumb or not, I'd feel it if they got their hands on me now. They want blood. I'd prefer to keep it.
It's all about you. Everything.
What triggered the males to change and threaten you?
This planet has some strange cycles to it. I've seen some plants around I never saw before. Odd weather. Maybe some just adapted a little too well.
And if you treat them like animals, big shock. They become animals.
You didn't feel any responsibility to get out of here for the sake of family?
I gave him a good start. He was a smart kid and was better off not following me. We figured that out a long time before I took jobs in deep space. And after things escalated here, it seemed best to just disappear off the galactic map.
Till you needed someone to save your ass.
Hold on a second. I normally check this stuff on my phone.
We can help these people. Cerberus can have ships here in days and pull everyone out.
He's not worth the fuel to haul him out or the air he's breathing. He's damn lucky I don't think he's even worth pulling the trigger. I don't know who you are, because you're not any father I remember.
We'll secure him for an Alliance court. For every year here, he'll have 10 to think about it.
Give him all the time in the galaxy. The man who did this doesn't know right from wrong.
I'm sorry, Jacob. I did the best I could.
I'm 10 years past believing that.
Survivors are being treated by Alliance personnel with additional Cerberus support. Please to see Taylor, unharmed psychologically by experience. Taylor has dealt with his father and is now solely focused on the mission. So I gave him Barrier. I got Jacob Barrier. I got a new outfit for him. I got that. I got that. I got stuff. I got stuff for days.
Alliance ships are inbound to secure Captain Taylor and his crew, Commander. We'll be long gone by the time they get here.
Don't even give them the tail lights.
Roger that.
What do you mean it wasn't you?
Jacob, if I had leaked the information about the Gernsback, I would be smiling at your resolution of the situation. I am not smiling.
Nothing goes through this ship, my ship, without a report to you.
I had no more reason to believe Jacob's father was alive than he did, but I'm happy to know the situation is behind you.
Fine. You didn't forward it. So who did?
I did.
Figures. Who else could get into Cerberus channels?
It was hardly classified, just obscure. There was a time when it mattered to you. Sending this along seemed like keeping an old promise. I keep my promises.
Miranda, we'll discuss your liberal interpretation of security protocol in private. Shepard, Jacob.
You good with this, Jacob?
It's all bull, Shepard. Captain Taylor can rot in prison. Doesn't change who I am or what I know. I've already mourned the man he used to be. I guess he was a good enough father that even he can't screw up what he taught me.
You had no idea Miranda was behind this.
No, she's got a good memory. Selective, but good. I haven't thought about those days in a long time. Can't figure which promise she meant, though. Not sure I really want to know. She requires a better man than I.
Come on, we got work to do.
Aye, Commander. Shepard. Thanks for the help.
Anytime, Jacob.
And some Paragon points. Let's go talk to Jacob now.
Thanks for diverting to the Gernsback, Shepard. I appreciate being able to clean up that mess. Maybe not the best way to learn about the relatives, but I'm glad it's done. What do you need?
I'm interested in getting to know you better.
Already? I'm not big on forcing these talks, Shepard. Let's do this later.
What do you think of the state of...
Yeah. Anything else, Commander? Felt good to take that. Anything else?
I'm more interested in
Already?
just...
I'm not big on...
We'll talk
Commander.
Well, so if I do Morden, that's basically gonna lock me into both Morden and Grunt.
Grunt seems very agitated. You may want to check in on him.
I got a lot of time. Need more palladium in order to research that one. Need more element 0. Nope. Alright, well let's do Mordens.
Shepard, important news. Know you're busy. Have to deal with the collectors. Planning attack. Too important to wait. Just receiving data. Still processing, analyzing likely scenarios. Not sure how to begin. Too much intel. You remember our talk? My work on genophage modification?
Why don't you refresh my memory?
Personally led a team, created new version of genophage, released it on Tuchanka, other colonies, restabilized Krogan population.
Nice job. I can see why Cerberus brought you on board.
Very difficult, yes. Complex work to stabilize population. Mistake could have wiped out species. Glad to see you understand. Had to be done.
I don't know about
So
that.
what does your old job have to do with needing my help?
Blood Pack mercenaries captured former team member. Malin, last seen on Tuchanka, might torture him, make an example. Recovering Malin would be a personal favor to me.
Do you think they found out your team updated the genophage?
Unclear. No way to determine until we get to Tuchanka.
We'll go to Tuchanka and see if we can find your team member.
Appreciate it. My assistant, my student, want to see him safe. Malin last seen outside Erdnot territory. Scouts might have seen Bloodpack. Talk to them or clan chief. Still need to get to Tuchanka, Shepard. My student's being held by Bloodpack.
I'll talk to you later, Morden.
We'll be here if you need me.
Okay, so that's Morden's. We're gonna go ahead and grab Grunt's as well while we're at it, because his also involves going there. And we will get through Tuchanka. Tuchanka. Look at his, he seems so tiny.
Chambers said you're tearing up the place. Something wrong?
Something is wrong, Shepard. I feel wrong. Tense. I just want to kill something. With my hands. More so than usual. Like it's not my choice. Like I just want to... I don't know.
Wow.
See? Why do that? What's wrong?
Okeer didn't imprint anything to help you figure this out?
I see pictures of old battles. Voices of warlords. But this is a blood haze in my head. I want control. When we're moving, fighting, I focus. But here my blood screams, my plates itch, and even you are just noise. I'm tank-born. What is this?
Edie, anything in your files about Krogan diseases that could cause this?
Cerberus has a number of autopsies on file, but nothing on a living Krogan of this age and situation. Krogan are reluctant to share medical records.
My people were defeated by doctors and labs. They will never let stuff like that leave the homeworld, Tuchanka.
Joker can get us to the Krogan homeworld. I need everyone at their best.
Thank you, Shepard. I don't like this. Fury is my choice, not a sickness.
Can I talk to him after that, or is he like more?
Have time now, Shepard. I want
I'm listening.
Something more. See? Why do that? What's
Why
wrong?
is it?
I'm tank-born.
Cerberus has
My
a number.
people were defeated.
Okay. Not even like Morden. Right, so Tuchanka.
Thane would like to speak with you, Commander.
Thane can also chill the fuck out. Tuchanka. Where is Tuchanka? The Krogan demilitarized zone. Is it not possible to go to Tuchanka until you get the missions? So that dialogue there was about they arranged a crush, which is a meeting between the different warlords, and all 5 of them betrayed each other. That doesn't really mesh well with what we know of Krogan culture from the first game. That happened to Rex, but he said there's some traditions even we keep sacred.
Probe launched.
So it's not a common thing that happens.
Launching probe. Launching probe. Probe away. Probe launched. Probe away. Probe launched.
One second. I actually am going to change the name of this stream. I feel like that's ultimately going to be... I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to keep it up after this with the streaming. People aren't... Like, I wasn't expecting to become, like, a huge sensation, but I was expecting, like, my friends to jump in every once in a while, and they haven't been. Kruben is tidally locked. House... Okay, so they were sending people on there to... Okay. So, it's like Venus. Krogans would go there to try to prove how manly they were, and throughout history, only one is known to have actually survived.
Launching probe. Probe away. Probe launched. Launching probe.
Venus, of course, is it's kind of an Earth-like planet, actually, but it's so covered in gas and toxic chemicals, and I wasn't paying attention, but it kind of sounded like this one maybe has like a really high gravity well.
Probe away.
That survival is difficult. Venus, even though Venus is theoretically the most Earth-like planet in our solar system,
probe launched.
There's a reason that
probe launched.
We don't talk about colonizing it like we talk about colonizing Mars. It's not in the green zone, for starters.
Probe away.
So it's not likely to be able to be.
Probe launched.
Terraformed in any meaningful capacity. Mars could theoretically be terraformed one day. Venus, we'd have to change what we know about. We'd have to make dramatic changes to everything we know in order to make it survive there. Mars has a lot of challenges too, but Venus is different. There's another planet somewhere. Is it just Tuchanka? Is that the other planet? Oops. If I go there, this is now 100. Okay. That was it, apparently. Alright, so scarred by bombardment craters, radioactive rubble, choking ash, salt flats, alkaline seas, Tuchanka can barely support life. Thousands of years ago, life grew in a fierce abundance under the F-class star Arahwak, a Reich clan word meaning the Eye of Wrath. Tree analogs grew into thick jungles, their roots growing out of shallow, silty seas. Life fed upon life in an evolutionary crucible. The world died in a nuclear firestorm after the Krogan split the atom. A little ice age of nuclear winter killed off much of the remaining plant life. In recent centuries, many Krogan have returned to their homeworld. The reduced albedo has caused global temperatures to rise. In order to maintain livable temperatures, a vast shroud was assembled at the L1 Lagrange point. It is maintained by the Council Demilitarization Enforcement Mission, which is based on orbiting battle stations. CDEM advisory: visitors to Tuchanka land at their own risk, will not attempt to extract citizens threatened by clan warfare. The ecology of Tuchanka is deadly. Nearly every native species engages in some predatory behavior. Even the remaining vegetation is carnivorous. Travel beyond guarded areas is strongly discouraged. 2.1 billion. So this is the Krogan homeworld. Jacob is now loyal, so I can give him his loyal outfit, which is mostly the same, just slightly yellow. I'm gonna take both Morgan and Grunt with me for now. I'm gonna do pull field. Weapon damage or let's do that. I kind of hate gamers. If a game is good, what does it matter if it has
Watch it, human.
realistic textures, if it's, you know, all that stuff. Seriously, Grunt.
What did I tell you, honey? Isn't it beautiful? Far away from all that high-tech noise.
Ah.
I guess. Seems a bit dirty, though.
Oh, it builds character.
Is it just me, or do the other Krogan not like me?
Oh, there's some concern about me bringing in a non-Krogan. I had to talk to the chief a little. It's not a deal.
Wait, so they don't even want me here?
Who cares what they want? I want you. That's all that matters.
This whole thing, this is...
I don't know if I can do this, Char.
Hey, now. My blue rose of Ilium always stands strong to reach toward the sun.
Okay, I'll manage. Just no more poetry.
What did I tell you, hon? Isn't it beautiful? If you're looking for work, you're shouting down the wrong hole. The blood pipe.
Oop.
The clan leader wants to speak with you. Keep your running pet on a short leash. Get him the right soon or put him down.
You know what's wrong with him? What he needs?
There's nothing wrong with him. Just go speak to the clan leader. Take your business to the clan leader, and keep your running pet on a short leash.
You know what's wrong with him?
There's nothing wrong with him.
Okay.
Someday we'll get off this rock and show those Turians who's boss.
I didn't think about that.
Right. Tear their scales
Bringing Garrus might have been pretty funny.
Erdnot clan reports use weak encryption. I see references to a captured Solarian in the logs of the Chief Scout.
Good. Talk to Scout then. Or Chief. Either one acceptable.
Also, I have been unable to access local medical records. I suggest asking the local clan leader for assistance with Grunt's problem.
Tuchanka.
This is the great Krogan homeworld. This is the land of Kredok, Shiagar, and Vio. This chunk of rock is barely worth standing on. Never thought I'd miss the tank.
Hold it. You must wait till the clan leader summons you. He is in talks.
You know what tradition demands. Clan Erdnot must respond. Your reforms will not go unopposed. You risk appearing weak at a critical time.
Shepard.
Shepard.
Good enough? Excuse me.
Out of my... Shepard! My friend. You look well for dead, Shepard. Should have known the void couldn't hold you.
Looks like helping me destroy Saren and the Geth has worked out for you. Glad we didn't have to kill each other on Vermeer.
You made the rise of Erdnot possible. Vermeer was a turning point for the Krogan, though not everyone was happy about it. Destroying Saren's genophage cure freed us from his manipulation. I used that to spur the clans to unify under Erdnot.
You abandoned many traditions to get your way. Dangerous.
Weak one spoken to, Uvenk. I'll drag your clan to glory whether it likes it or not. Now, Shepard, what brings you here? How's the Normandy?
Just want to take a look and look at this voice actor. What else has he done? He did a bunch of the dwarves in Dragon Age Origins. Doolin Forender? This guy actually hasn't done a ton of work. He did additional voices in Atlantis: The Last Empire. I have a whole thing with that movie. Yeah, man, everything is back in the 90s. Past that, he was the voice of Nitro Zeus or Volleybot in Transformers: The Last Night.
Destroyed in a collector surprise attack. I ended up spaced.
Well, you look good. Ah, the benefits of a redundant nervous system.
Yeah, humans don't have that.
Oh, it must have been painful then. But you're standing here, and you've got a strong new ship. Takes me back to the old days. Us against the unknown, killing it with big guns. Good times.
There's also an implication there that Grunt left Shepard before the collector attack.
Sounds like you've got big changes ahead for the Krogan.
We are making a neutral ground where all clans are welcome. Fertile females can be shared among clans. We will strengthen the race as a whole.
You threaten everything that makes us strong. It will not last.
Maybe. Until then, you're lucky to be a part of it.
How do you maintain security with so many different clans in one place?
Any clan willing to send in hostages can come in. No fighting inside the camp. Each clan punishes its own criminals. We stop conflicts before anyone dies. Then we present a simple choice. Pay a fine and deal with your problems, or your clan is no longer welcome.
That doesn't sound very harsh by Krogan standards.
Allies from other clans like what I'm doing. They help deal with skeptics. Many are eager for an outlet. Every time I've declared a clan unwelcome, my allies have destroyed them. Word gets around.
What's so important about maintaining individual clans?
Every clan has different customs, rites of passage, rules of behavior, battle songs, all unique. That diversity makes us great. No clan, not even mine, was meant to survive on its own.
Erdnot is the leading clan. Doesn't that make your culture primary?
For now. But every clan has its unique assets. The best tacticians are Erdnot. Chorgal has the longest breeding line. Gatatog holds the oldest settlement. Others have their own strengths. We keep going how we are, The clans will end up as craters under nuclear haze. Even Erdnot. We need to rethink. Restart.
What do the women of Clan Erdnot think about this plan?
It was our female clan leader's idea. The neutral area is safe, and it encourages more female clans to ally with us. Attacks on Erdnot now endanger the females of all clans. Even clans that want to see me dead will defend Clan Erdnot.
Your women have their own clan structure?
Nothing is more valuable than a fertile female. We know it. They know it. They isolate themselves for their own protection. We work together to set up breeding alliances. I can hardly do anything without clan leader Yuta's approval.
This sounds ambitious. How's it gone so far?
Better than I'd feared. Worse than I'd hoped.
It can't continue. You are going against what makes us strong.
Sounds like you're not making friends.
Traditionalists like Uvenk are chained Varen, always fighting, guiding their pathetic stick in the ground. When the smoke clears, I can plant the flag on their corpses and rally the rest around a new Krogan hub.
Sounds like you're counting on a lot of bloodshed even after you unite.
It will be slow, but I won't change what we are. Krogan are judged by the strength of our enemies. Our worst insult is to say someone's not worth killing.
I hope that works well for your people. But back to the reason I'm here.
We don't often allow aliens to do business on Tuchanka, but you're an exception.
I guess let's do
I have a Krogan on my crew.
first.
He has some kind of sickness and needs treatment.
Where are you from, whelp? Was your clan destroyed before you could learn what is expected of you?
I have no clan. I was tank bred by Warlord Okir. My line distilled from Kredok, Moro, Shiagar.
You recite warlords, but you are the offspring of a syringe.
I am pure Krogan. You should be in awe.
Okir's a very old name. A very hated name.
He is dead.
Of course. You're with Shepard. How could he be alive?
I need Grunt back up to speed. What's wrong with him?
There's nothing wrong with him. He's becoming a full adult.
Ah, puberty ritual. Common among species with hormone-driven reproductive urges.
I don't care what aliens call it. Krogan undergo the rite of passage.
Too far, Rex. Your clan may rule, but this thing is not Krogan.
Idiot. So, Grunt, do you wish to stand with Erdnot?
What does the rite of passage require?
Not for me to say, Shepard. The shaman will discuss that.
You'll let a tank-bred Krogan join Clan Erdnot?
Only because he's with you. After all, you and I killed thousands like him. Not quite as big, but many. Clan Erdnot is strong, and the others will do as I say. They see the benefit of my vision.
What happens if he doesn't do this rite of passage?
If he was left here, he would be killed. The clanless are not respected. A tank-bred, probably more so. His disposition is what it is, right or no. That's just him being a Krogan. Okir didn't tell you that in the tank. Did he, boy?
This is his choice.
It is in my blood. It is what I am for.
Good boy. Speak with the shaman. He's over on the second level. Give him a good show and he'll set you on the path. You too, Shepard. How many times have you stepped in a mess for your crew?
Alright, so that's that. The Solarian blood pack is a different thing.
Good to see you, Rex. Sure you can't come with us?
Wish I could, but I need to keep these short-sighted fools in line. Hunt well, Shepard.
I will, come back to talk about...
You see that special they had on the extranet? That crap rots your brain. You should be out hunting. Or fixing something.
Let's talk about Morgan's quest.
There was a special bid on the Citadel. The Citadel Presidium has a big statue of a Krogan right in the middle. Well, I'm not putting a damn sorry statue up here, if that's what you want. Don't be a fool. They were honoring our fight against the Rat. Maybe they could have honored us by not bombing us with the genophage. I'll tear you apart. You don't have the plates to try.
Fears of an uncontrolled plague in the streets of Omega have been laid to rest, as the disease is now under control.
Don't frown, the ambassador. Turn back, human. I may be an ambassador among my people, but that doesn't mean I have to speak to the likes of you. Don't think that carrying this whelp of a Krogan makes you worth my time. Leave now before my guards decide to eject you.
You seem like a well-traveled Krogan, Ambassador.
I am.
Then you must know who I am. And you have to be aware that bad things happen to those who oppose me.
Stand down, men. I'm starting to like this human. I am the ambassador to Urdnot from Clan Nakmor. We're a small clan based in the Kratic Wastes.
If Nakmor is a small clan, how do you keep the more powerful clans from destroying you?
We are the clan of the great warlord Nakmor Krall, who faced down platoons of Turians and won. Most clans lend us the respect our ancestor is due.
What business does Clan Nakmor have with the Urdnot?
Clan leader Rex requested that I come. He and Clan Nakmor have been in talks about a more permanent alliance. With our help, Urdnot could rally others behind its banner and truly unite Tuchanka, and we would gain the chance to fight in larger battles with greater plunder.
I thought all Krogan want to be warriors. What makes a Krogan become an ambassador?
You don't know as much as you think, human. A Krogan diplomat has to represent the strength of his people, or his clan appears ripe for conquest. I slaughtered my way to the top of my clan, human. I speak with the authority of a warrior.
I should go.
I'm sure you are needed elsewhere.
Hello, Shaman.
Eyes straight ahead.
Go away. The envoy to the female clans doesn't have to listen to aliens. I may be young, but I relay the wishes of the females. That's important. I don't care who you are. The female clans don't see anyone, ever.
You go beyond yourself, Gatatog Uvank. The rights of Urdnot are dominant.
How do we know it will challenge him? He's unnatural. The beasts of the right could ignore him like a lump of plastic.
They know blood no matter the womb. Your barking does not help your case. I'll speak for myself. This is the tank bread. It is very lifelike. Smells correct as well. Your protests ring hollow, Uvank.
Urdnot Rex has given us permission to seek clan status for Grunt.
Permission. That is good enough, if lacking in spirit.
If this must stand on ritual, then I invoke a denial. My Krant stands against him. He has no one.
My patience is tested, but Uvank invokes correctly. Grunt, who is your Krant? Your allies willing to kill and die on your behalf?
How is a candidate tested if he brings backup on his rite of passage?
Not every Krogan can be the strongest warrior, but each must inspire his peers to battle at his side. If the ones who know you best can find nothing worthy in you, you should wander the wastes and die alone before you weaken my clan.
We stand with Grunt as shipmates and comrades.
Shipmates are not the same thing. But I grant you aliens your simple interpretation.
Aliens don't know strength. My followers are true Krogan. Everything about Grunt is a lie.
What the hell is your issue? What have you got against Grunt?
It doesn't matter if one of our own made him. He is a manipulation. He may as well be the genophage in the flesh.
The genophage defines the weak. My bloodline will make us stronger.
You sound like Rex, bringing radical change that threatens our core. We have gone too far already.
This is about politics. You maneuver like the Citadel Council. Does your Krant also fight with words?
You dare slander me in such a way?
Impressive. You challenged with words, their natural weapon. And your Krant sees how your position weakens Uvank.
Shaman, you cannot decide in his favor. What about Krogan tradition if you pollute the rite?
You dare. I was a warrior before your mother was born. I speak with the authority of centuries. I decide who is worthy. That is the end of it.
I have other means to resist.
You have provoked them. Reason enough for me to like you. They're your problem now.
Do we need any special equipment?
To begin the rite, only the candidate and his Krant are required. You love battle, don't you, Shepard? The last gasp of a dying opponent. Bring your love of the fight to Grunt's trial, and he will succeed.
Is that Krogan gonna be a problem?
He is forbidden to interfere, will he? During the rite of passage, you must be ready for anything, Shepard. From what you've shown me, you will not disappoint.
We've waited long enough. Tell us how this works.
Still your impatience, Shepard. For now, know that Grunt will be tested, and that you must adapt.
We're ready. Let's do this.
Excellent.
Excellent. Alright, so Grunt. I don't think it's gonna make a difference, but I like the idea of taking Garrus. So I'm taking it based on that little amusement and nothing else. Just having a Turian. I think this is almost entirely just a combat arena. There might be a little dialogue at the end, but...
This is Tuchanka's most recent scar. The last surface city to fall in the rebellions. The Keystone was at the heart. It has survived wars and the passage of centuries. It endures. Like the Krogan. If you wish to join Clan Urdnot, you must contemplate the Keystone and its trials.
What will happen?
Who knows? You must adapt. You must thrive no matter the situation. Any true Krogan will.
True Krogan will.
Let's get started, Shepard. Hit the Keystone.
Before I hit the Keystone.
Let's get started, Shepard. Hit the Keystone.
I'm actually going to go around and collect. I'm going to leave the med packs. Those are only worth 100 credits, but they could potentially be worth, med kits.
Let's get started, Shepard. Hit the Keystone.
We will in a minute. I'm starting off out of heavy ammo.
Let's get started, Shepard. Hit the Keystone.
In a minute. Damn, dude, you need to chill. let's do this.
First the Krogan conquered Tuchanka, and mastered a natural world only we are fit to hold.
Here they come. I'm ready.
Some air in. Oop.
Catch one! Perf!
Worthless. There. These beasts will know I'm worthy.
Nope, I didn't mean to actually pick that up. What is going on? Oh, okay.
Can't get a lock!
I see them. They'll all die.
Concussive shot ready.
Considering how much Krogan hate targets, that's why I brought Garrus.
Here they come. I'm ready.
There we go!
Burn and die! There. These beasts will know I'm worthy. Impact shot. Ready for another round, Shepard. Attack the keystone.
Then the Krogan were lifted to the stars to destroy the fears of a galaxy. An enemy only we could chase to their lair.
Crawlers, come to your death.
Been spotted.
So those were supposed to be in Mass Effect 1. I'm assuming in some sort of in a similar capacity to
Concussive
the
shot ready. Shields have failed.
to the, what do you call them? Thresher Moths.
milestone to continue the rite.
Okay, so the Krogan conquered Tuchanka, and then they were uplifted.
Now, all Krogan bear the genophage. Our reward, our curse. It is a fight where the only goal is survival.
Feel that? Everything is shaking.
Been spotted.
This should look familiar.
An enemy worth fighting.
So we're supposed to survive for 5 minutes against this thing. We don't have to kill it. Oof. What? How'd I get hit?
Now, all Krogan bear the genophage. Our reward, our curse. It is a fight where the only goal is survival.
I got 9, so we're gonna fire 3 at a time, I think. Once it first pops up in the location. Is it waiting for me to shoot one of these?
Been spotted.
Again, how did I get hit? How did that not hit me?
Weakling!
No shields.
This is a test. Finally, an enemy with fire.
Of all the people to go down, Grunt.
More!
Shields have failed.
Why? What? That's funny. I actually just the achievement just popped for killing
Our
too.
reward, our curse. It is a fight where the only goal is survival.
Again, I'm in cover. I mean, I'm not taking cover, but I am behind cover. Yes. However that hurt me. Whatever. Am I gonna regenerate shields? There we go.
You got it.
Now this is a test.
I can't jump down there.
No shields.
Again, how am I getting hit? Has the same death animation as they had in Mass Effect 1.
We have company. Good. I want more.
You live, and you brought down the Thresher Maw. No one has done that in generations. Urdnot Rex was the last.
My Krant gave me strength beyond my genes, which are damn good.
True. Your alien found weakness in some of my Krant. I wonder, you say you're pure. Okeer constructed you? No alien meddling?
The best Krogan traits are distilled into Grunt. He's designed to be perfect.
Being designed is the problem, but not made by aliens. And he is truly powerful. That is a tolerable loophole.
A what?
A reason to accept you. You are a mistake, but your potential could tip the current balance of the clans.
You spit on my father's name, on Shepard's name, but now you stop ranting because I'm strong.
With restrictions. You could not breed, of course, or serve on an alien ship. But you'd be clan in name.
You talk like he's a thing. You're after his power. You don't really want him in your clan.
Of course not. I didn't really want to cooperate with Clan Urdnot either, but I had to. Clan Gatatog is on the verge, either of greatness or of joining the dust. I get traditional support if I fight you, and reformer support if I back you. Your rite of passage tipped that balance too.
It's your choice, Grunt. Sounds like an easy job.
That's the problem. I'm pure Krogan. Ulvik, you were the pretender.
Your head is valuable, whether you're alive or dead.
Just try to take it. Gear up! Hurry up!
Krogan incoming!
Renegade, why'd I get Renegade?
Get the tank!
Yeah, right on your
Hostile engaged.
On it.
Hostile engaged.
Moving is meat. Let's signal at the Keystone to get out of here and leave him to rot.
I mean, he's not gonna rot. He doesn't. I vaporized him, basically.
You have passed the rite of passage, earning the honor of clan and name. Many survive, but it has been years since a Thresher Maw fell. Your names shall live in glory. Grunt, you are Urdnot. We now own property. Join the army and apply to serve under a battle master.
Shepard is my battle master. She has no match.
Understood. Congratulations, Urdnot Grunt. Accept this token from Fortak. His weapons are the finest we have.
What were you called before you became shaman?
I gave up my name when I became the shaman. I am a conduit for the rage and bloodlust of my people. It would be wrong to retain my old identity. My life belongs to the clan.
I want to know about Tuchanka's past.
Tuchanka is a place of great gifts. It kills the weak, torments the slow, and destroys the stupid. Survival is an honor, and here, Krogan thrive. We cover this planet with our civilization, only to burn it to the ground a dozen times over. Each time, we grow stronger. When we are wise and powerful enough, we will tame the planet forever.
I've never heard anyone say that wiping out their own civilization was a good thing.
I'd have thought you, of all aliens, would understand, Shepard. The Krogan empires and clans of the past were glorious, built in great battles and conquests, but their cores were weak. How else could they have fallen? When Krogan civilization achieves its apex, there will be no stopping it. No stopping us.
Tell me about Krogan rites and ceremonies.
You have seen the rite of passage. Krogan suffer the rite of life at birth, and the rite of honor when they wish to be considered for breeding. The rite of firsts is suffered before a Krogan faces a new enemy. A clan leader also undergoes many rites in service to the clan.
What rites did you go through to become Chief Shaman?
Becoming the shaman is excruciating. I passed through rites that made me wish to die. I carry the scars on my soul. I must perform rites each dawn and dusk to keep me bound into our Krogan nature. Our spirit is one of violence and death. I must be attuned to that.
Your job is awful.
Indeed.
I should go.
May your foes be strong enough to keep you sharp.
This should come in handy.
750, 19-2. Grunt has joined Clan Urdnot and should be emotionally stable. Will monitor Krogan's progress of societal acceptance with Clan in Urdnot. Hopefully, clan bonds will not interfere with loyalty to Shepard. Data regarding Krogan clan politics useful. Unlocked fortification for Grunt. A new outfit. Increase in shotgun damage, which I have to research. But learned a bunch of stuff.
Shepard, I hope you have more blood on your hands and more tales of conquest. What better for proud warriors to discuss?
I took down Saren, one of the top specters in Council space.
No small task. We have learned the strength of those who bear that title. You held it yourself, if I'm correct.
I still hold it.
I should go.
May your foes be strong enough.
Speaking for the females is an honor, even if it delays my rite of passage.
Don't front. You again. What can clan? I'm sure you are needed elsewhere. You don't have the plates to try.
You hear that the tank bred and the human killed the Thresher Maw?
Everybody's heard. Hasn't been done since Rex himself.
Giggity. Okay. I need to actually go back and switch out from Morden.
Erdnot clan reports use weak encryption. I see references to a captured Solarian in the logs of the Chief Scout. In addition...
Solarians, too.
Yep.
Little bastards that are so smart. Go to the clan leader. They're not front. You can go where you want.
I have work for you if you want it.
What did I tell you, honey? Isn't it beautiful?
Hold on. So I got new armor. Ooh, look at that. I have 3 different armors. I actually would really like this one if it wasn't for all the cyber stuff on his face, all the tech stuff. So we'll switch to this. And we'll just kind of keep switching everybody into their loyalty stuff. I think is good for all of the characters. The only one whose appearance really bugs me, whose default appearance really bugs me, is Jack. I hate this look. It would be fine if it was even just like a sports bra or a tank top or something, but the like straps thing looks stupid. I'm gonna keep these 2. Okay, and then Unzen. Got 2 more points for you. Let's put them in fortification. And I'm not gonna put anything in here because I'm gonna unlock Neural Shock. Alright, and then I am actually going to take a minute and go use the bathroom. I will be back very shortly. Okay, sorry, I forgot I needed water, and I grabbed a candy there at the end for my sore throat. I had a cold on Sunday. It's Wednesday now. My sinuses and throat are still not great, and I'm sure this isn't helping. Okay, let's talk to Rex about Morden now.
You just can't help making trouble. No one has killed a Maw since my turn in the right. Next you'll tell me he's a Quint and crap's dark matter. Guess that's what it takes to replace me. You are Erdnot Grunt. Welcome.
I'm looking for a Solarian. He was captured by the Blood Pack and brought here.
My scout commander can direct you. He's probably near the perimeter running target practice. Don't take too much of his time. I need a constant watch on the other clans.
I need to go. We'll go over this another time.
Watch yourself, Shepard. Tuchanka isn't safe and homey like Pharaohs and Ilos.
Children over last week. No, I was off dealing with a Varren attack. What? Any promising warriors? Yes, of course. They didn't terror on this one.
I hear you killed a Thresher Maw. Impressive.
Welcome, Erdnot Grunt. My name is Ratch. You and your Krant will find many items of interest in my store.
A human is my battle master.
Of course. There's not much here for humans, but you can take a look if you want.
Everyone I talk to hates that aliens are an Erdnot. Except you.
I don't have the luxury of turning away paying customers. I do enough business off-world to know that you aliens have more credits than people here do.
What do you have in stock?
Most of it's food and drink that's toxic to humans. Rincall's a local favorite. Don't try to act tough, it'll tear your insides apart.
He's not joking. Rincall hits aliens like ground glass.
How would you know?
Otherwise, I've got weapons, scrap, and whatever food those pie jocks don't steal. Which isn't much. Take a look at my kiosk over there if you want to buy something.
What the hell is a pie jack?
Off-world vermin. Humans say they're like monkeys. They come in and steal food, Rincall, whatever they can get their talons on. We started using the mounted defense cannons to stop them.
I'm a good shot. Maybe I can help out with the pie jacks.
Feel free. You can use the console out there to control the guns. Make a dent in the pie jack population, you get a discount. Good luck with that.
I should go.
Suit yourself.
Let's give you that discount. Hi, doggy. Pet it.
Good Baron. Stay.
One of the children, probably 5 years from the right. He had my eyes, I think. Huh. Think you actually had a fertile female on one of your trips to their camp? I must have. Son, good for you. We'll get a ring call to celebrate. Put down some real money, human.
I think it's just decided it's an RNG.
Watch
Just
it, human.
a roll of the dice, basically, to determine who actually wins those fights.
What do you want, human? Rex told me to be polite. He didn't say you were going to talk to me.
So you're in charge of Erdnot's scouts. Why waste your time shooting at vermin?
Ammunition is the one thing we're not hurting for on Tuchanka. As scout commander, I have to set an example. Plus, the little bastards get into food supplies if their numbers get too high. Can't have that.
You see a lot of action around here?
Enough. Varren here and there, and snakes in any of the water safe enough to drink. Rex has made ceasefire agreements with some of the clans, but I still have to patrol, keep them honest.
What does the scout commander do?
We find out where the enemies are, and we make them think that there are too many of us to screw with. Sometimes that means harassing the perimeter, taking out a generator or two. Other times, we play hide and seek. We leave lots of tracks, exaggerate our numbers.
That's not recon, that's sabotage.
It's a lot easier to count their numbers once you blow some of them up. Everyone knows where Erdnot is, human. It's not like we can hide.
So every clan on Tuchanka encroaches on the other clan's borders?
Borders? This is Tuchanka. Our borders are determined by the range of our guns. We are what we are, human. If we didn't fire at them, they wouldn't take us seriously.
Don't your storehouses have automated defenses?
Why bother? Half of what we eat is vermin. And if we get hold of defense systems, we don't use them to guard grain. We got weapons stockpiles to take care of. Beyond that, our women and children get the security.
Taking care of your food supply would help more in the long run.
If Clan Jordan kills our guards and helps itself to our well-secured food, there won't be a long term. This is Tuchanka. Having power and clean water means we're living in luxury.
Your enemies go after civilians?
Easiest way to wipe out a clan. Women and kids can fight, but they're always outnumbered if another clan goes after them. If its women and children are killed, the clan's hope for the future is lost. It falls apart. We don't do that, though. Rex's orders. Even if it costs us a battle, we don't fire on non-combatants.
Thanks for the information.
Whatever. What do you want, human? You're crowding my hump.
I'm looking for a Solarian. The Blood Pack captured him and he was last seen around here.
I heard about that Solarian. Poor bastard. If it's Blood Pack, then Clan Weirlock has him. Sent one of my scouts to check it out, but he never reported back. Guess they got him, too. Chief told me to give you one of the trucks. Just follow the highway to Weirlock's base, if you've got the quads to deal with him in the Blood Pack.
What can you tell me about Clan Weirlock's base?
Last I heard, the clan was holed up in an old hospital. I haven't seen it, though. I've only seen Clan Weirlock from a distance. If I'd gotten closer, I'd have taken a shot. You get inside, though, bring a big gun. Weirlock's base is crawling with Blood Pack.
That doesn't sound too defensible. Why'd they hole up there?
Any hospital on Tuchanka has to be built well enough to withstand a bunch of enraged Krogan. When an injury forces us to switch over to secondary organs, things get messy. Higher thought processes don't always transition properly. Blood rage, they call it.
Any idea what they're doing with the Solarian?
I assume they wanted to torture him. You don't take somebody home just to kill them. It's messy. Maybe he pissed off the Blood Pack, and they brought him here for special treatment. No skin off my hump what they'd do with him. One less alien on Tuchanka.
You don't seem to have much love lost for aliens.
Don't get your quads in a twist. If I was gonna kill you, you'd know it. Rex believes we need to unite the Krogan people. I don't think we can do that with off-worlders interfering, but it's not my call.
What's Clan Weirlock's reputation? And how are they involved with the Blood Pack?
Tough humps, and they're not friendly like we are. You ever run into the Blood Pack? Mercenary gang. Clan Weirlock started it. One of the only gangs with an off-world presence. They're fanatics, totally devoted to Werlock Guld. Whatever they did with your Solarian, Guld's behind it.
What makes Guld so special?
He's got 2 children. One of them is a girl. Some people think he's got a destiny. Not me. I had a cousin who won 20 consecutive games of Quasar. Lucky bastard. I'd ask my cousin for a loan, but I wouldn't swear allegiance to him. Luck. That's all it is. Same for Guld.
But the Blood Pack has non-Krogan members like Vorcha.
Ha! The Vorcha. They're just like the Varen. Only they can use guns and don't crap on the floor as often. The Krogan are the only real members of the Blood Pack. Anyone else is just there to soak enemy fire.
What makes Guld so special?
He's got I'd ask my cousin for a loan, but I wouldn't swear allegiance to him. Luck. That's all it is. Same for
Thanks for the information.
Anything that gets rid of the damn Offworlders. You can take the truck over there. You need anything else?
Talk to you later.
Look at him run. Ah!
Oh, how does this work? So can I use arrow? No, okay. Consistency in UI is very important to BioWare, clearly. I'm using WASD and spacebar for this. Weird, like, missile command thing. How many waves of this do I have to do? I thought I was gonna miss that one. Completed Ratchet's quest.
Eyes straight ahead.
Tackle the Baron. He was good. Fast. Strong.
Well, of course he was. Any son of yours must be.
I like how supportive he is.
He was so fast. I didn't get to talk with him.
You don't want anything I sell. Greetings, human. My name is Ratch. Have a look at what I've got.
What do you have in stock?
Most of it's food and drink. He's not joking. Take a look at my kiosk over there if you want to buy.
The hell is a
off.
hijack?
We started using the mounted defense cannons to stop them.
Everyone I talk to.
I do enough business off-world to know.
I should go.
Suit yourself.
So did he give me...
Seeing those vermin roasting in the heat from an explosive shell.
Okay.
I swear it was glorious.
It was a lot of fun.
Help yourself to more. There's no shortage of pie jocks out there if you get a craving for violence. I'll give you a discount at my store. Anything you want, you buy at cost.
I should go.
Suit yourself.
Pie jack meat is actually free.
We can use this.
Death mask. Asymmetric defense layer. Shield harness. And a phalanx heavy pistol. We didn't actually look at that. There's a med lab back here.
Should I ask the female clan for right of parentage?
Why bother with all the politics? You know you're tired of son. That's enough.
But I could teach him to hunt, the best way to shoot a gun. Fight with honor and savagery.
You can do that next time they bring the children over.
It's not the same.
Because I bought pie jack meat.
Things could be different. We could live together, us, the women and children.
You know we can't. We'd just be one big weak target. Have to keep the fertile females safe. The children safer.
Damn the Jennifer. I think I'll take you up on that wrinkle later.
Feed the
Here,
baby.
try this.
Oh, so cute.
Looks like Urs finally found someone to follow around. You were around when the female cat sent children over last night?
No. I was out dealing with Americans. Why? Give me a reason.
You killed that Thresher Maw on foot?
Hell yeah, dude.
Welcome to the clan, Urdnot Grunt. Honored to be a part of it. Good for you. Now go find something else to do. Those fools brought this Tuchanka back from a skirmish without its combustion manifold. They say it got shot off in the field. You tell me, how can you expect a Tuchanka to run without a combustion manifold?
Any idea where I could find a combustion manifold?
Yeah, I can make one. Give me 3 days and a barrel of Ringcall. The one they lost is probably still out in the field. It's too much to expect them to collect it and bring the damn thing back.
I've never seen a Krogan mechanic before.
What? You think we kidnap Quarians and make them do the hard work? Not anymore, we don't.
Not anymore.
I'm going out in the field. If I see a combustion manifold, I'll bring it back with me.
If you did, it would save me a lot of work. Maybe bring back my sunny disposition.
Let me get out of your way.
Don't do me any favors. Don't touch anything. A human killed the Thresher on foot.
I mean, technically there were 3 of us.
These things would last longer if they didn't hit every crater.
Krogans hit by genophage, nuclear assaults, civil wars. Still survive.
Yeah, no thanks to you. Or anyone else.
Impressive to see life adapt, continue despite circumstances. Inspiring.
Pow. Vortek.
Should you be in here? As I understand it, Clan Erdnot has a new member. So, you're our new warrior. The shaman gave you the customary upgrades, I assume. He's fast to pass on my work as his reward. Use them well. The Lord High Researcher for Clan Erdnot has no time to make replacements. But perhaps I can offer a discount.
You must be working on something important.
I was building the biggest, best offensive ordnance yet. A real ground pounder. But the new clan leader wastes my time with frivolous research. Crop genetics, medicinal improvements. We can buy that stuff from the Solarians.
Solarians created genophage, I've heard. Still trust them with medicines and agriculture?
Yeah. What else can the Solarians do to us at this point? Sound like they can make us even more infertile. Actually, wait, forget I said anything.
Yeah, you don't think so, huh?
I take it you're a scientist.
I used to be a scientist. I designed weapons. Now my genius is wasted on frivolous things. Things that don't explode. My predecessor said no one would understand the true worth of my work. As I pulled my blade from his chest, I knew he was telling the truth.
Not exactly what I would call effective academic peer review.
I don't care what you'd call it. We value the will to use what we create, not just the ability to create it. We don't count success until the ground shakes in response.
You must be working on something important.
I was building the biggest, best offensive ordnance yet. A real... But the new clan leader...
Solarians created genophage.
Yeah, actually, wait,
You must be working on something important.
Solarians created...
Actually, wait, forget I said anything.
Sounds like the new clan leader has some very different ideas on how to lead the Krogan.
If you want to know more, talk to him directly. He's my leader. I'll not say anything else about him.
Enjoy your research.
Yes, move along.
This is valuable.
I'm actually starting to run low on money.
Always want more shock absorption. Those babies.
Step back. My Varen is hungry.
Okay, well, so yeah, you can gamble on these pit fights. Even if you win, they're not worth a whole lot of money.
Still looking for that Solarian? Or did you just come to waste my time?
Got some saltines for an afternoon snack. Okay, so 6.
Perfect.
So we switch that, and then the alt. We'll still bring the shotgun, which will have fire. And I switched out guns, so I got a new gun. There's an actual city over there.
Incoming.
I forgot this is like a single shot gun.
Feel the blood rage.
Some Vorcha. So I forget there's an achievement for melee attacking so many people in a single game.
Feel the blood rage.
I mean, I'm not gonna do that for this game.
Trouble. Nothing can hurt me.
Oops.
Krogan charging.
Kill that one.
Too late. Now you're dead. It's gonna blow.
So bloop that one. I like that. I'm freezing them, blowing up their tanks, and exploding them.
Can't target them.
What you doing?
Repurposed Krogan Hospital. Sturdy, built to withstand punishment. That body, human. Need to take a look. Sores, tumors, ligatures showing restraint at wrists and ankles, track marks for repeated injection sites. Test subject, victim of experimentation.
I don't suppose there's a way to tell who this poor bastard was.
No tattoos or ID. Maybe slave or prisoner, maybe merc or pirate. Irrelevant now. Clearly part of Krogan tests to cure genophage. Humans useful as test subjects, genetically diverse, enables exploration of treatment modalities.
There's that whole idea that humans are genetically diverse, more so than other aliens.
Wouldn't something native to Tuchanka work better? Varen, maybe?
Yes, human experiments strictly high-level, concept testing. Native Tuchanka fauna likely used later in development stages. Wise to delay use of Varen until necessary. Powerful bite.
What can you tell about their experiments from looking at the body?
Position of tumors suggests deliberate mutation of adrenal, pineal glands, modifying hormone levels, counterattack on glands hit by genophage. Clever.
Do you think they're close to curing the genophage?
Can't say. Need more data. Conceptually sound, though. Genophage alters hormone levels, could repair damage with hormonal counterattack.
How are humans more genetically diverse?
More variable. Peaks and valleys, mutations, adaptations, far beyond other life. Makes humans useful test subjects. Larger reactions to smaller stimuli.
I know we can look much different from each other, but Asari have a wide range of skin tones.
No, ignore superficial appearance, down to genetic code. Biotic abilities, intelligence levels. Can look at random Asari, Krogan, make reasonable guess. Humans, too variable to judge. Outliers in all species, of course. Geniuses, idiots. But human probability curve offers greater overall variety.
Experimenting on humans? That kind of crap is what makes Cerberus start to seem like a good idea.
Never used humans myself. Disgusting, unethical, sloppy. Used by brute force researchers, not thinkers. No place in proper science. Krogan use of humans, unsurprising.
I imagine you had to do some live subject testing while developing the new genophage.
No, unnecessary. Limited tests to simulations, corpses, cloned tissue samples. High-level tests on Varen. No tests on species with members capable of calculus. Simple rule, never broke it.
Like that, capable of calculus.
Now we've got 2 reasons to shut this place down.
Focus on Malin. Too late to help the dead.
I am the speaker for Clan Werlock, Offworlders. You have shed our blood. By rights, you should be dead already. But Werlock Gold, the Chief of Chiefs, has ordered that you be given leave to flee and spread the message of our coming.
Blah, 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 blah.
Krogan don't generally let people go. What does Clan Werlock have planned?
If you walk away now, you can tell your children that you saw Clan Werlock before our blood pack conquered the stars. You think the Erd not impressive? They are pitiful! Werlock Gold will destroy them! The Solarian will cure the genophage, and Clan Werlock will spread across the galaxy in a sea of blood!
Appears they discovered Malin's work. Unfortunate.
It doesn't have to happen like this. I can understand wanting to cure the genophage.
No, human, you understand nothing! You have not seen the piles of children that never lived. The Krogan were wronged. We will make it right, and then we will have our revenge!
Half the galaxy sees the Krogan as victims. If you start a war, you'll lose their support.
We have the Blood Pack, and we have the Solarian. When our clan numbers in the millions, we will not need support. When we cure the genophage, Werlock Gold will rule all Krogan. The Krogan rebellions will become the Krogan Empire. The surviving races will frighten their children with tales of what the Blood Pact did to the Turians. The Asari will scream
Really
as their
wants me to take
citadel
that
plunges
renegade
into
action.
the sun. We will keep Solarians as slaves and eat their eggs as a delicacy. If you lack the wisdom to flee, then you will be the first of billions to be crushed beneath our might. For Warlock Gold! Attack!
Time to fight! Too late! Now you're dead! Take it! Enemy charging! Nothing can hurt me.
Can't reach the target. Can't get a lock.
My chin charging!
Not that complicated of a fight. I didn't need to cheat.
Lab's likely through there. Can smell antiseptic, hint of dead flesh.
Just get us there.
Active console may contain useful data. One moment. Genetic sequences. Hormone mutagens still steady. Protein chains, live tissue, clone tissue. Very thorough. Standard treatment vectors. Avoiding scorched earth immunosuppressants to alter hormone levels. Good. Hate to see that.
Most people wouldn't be so casual about developing a sterility plague, Morton.
Not developing, modifying. Much more difficult. Working within confines of existing genophage. 100 times the complexity. Errors unacceptable. Could cause total sterility, malignant tumors. Could even reduce effectiveness. Worse than doing nothing. Had to keep Krogan population stable. 1 in 1,000. Perfect target, optimal growth. Like gardening.
You're saying you were working just as hard to keep their population from falling?
Yes, could have eradicated Krogan. Not difficult. Increased mutation to degrade genetic structure further. Chose not to. Rachni extinction tragic. Didn't want to repeat. All life precious. Universe demands diversity.
Okay, but if you did this, couldn't you have developed it so it didn't make stillborns? It just...
Pretty it up however you like. You're talking about murdering millions.
No, murdered no one. Altered fertility, prevented fetal development of nervous system. Have killed many, Shepard. Many methods. Gunfire, knives, drugs, tech attacks. Once with farming equipment, but not with medicine.
But again, you're letting them develop to stillborn. You aren't making the people infertile so much as aborting billions of wanted babies. Let's be real.
What was it like working on the genophage modification project?
If you can modify
Best
it, why
years of my
can't you
life.
do that?
Wake up with ideas, talk over breakfast, experiments all morning. Statistical analysis in afternoon, run new simulations during dinner, set data runs to cook overnight. Laughter, ego, argument, passion, galaxy's biggest problem, massive resources thrown at us. Got anything we wanted.
Do you keep in touch with your old team members?
No. All changed with deployment. Made test drop on isolated Krogan clan, hit rest of Tuchanka when results were positive. End of project. Separate ways. Watching it end, watching birth rates drop. Personal. Private. Not appropriate for team.
Sounds like you were pretty important. How'd you go from that to running a clinic on Omega?
Wanted to heal people. Good use of last decade. Something easy. No ethical concerns. Understand rationale for modified genophage. Right choice. Still. Hard to sleep some nights.
How can you agree with using the genophage, Morden? Look at what happened to Tuchanka as a result.
State of Tuchanka not due to genophage. Nuclear winter caused by Krogan before Solarians made first contact. Krogan choices. Refuse truce during Krogan rebellions. Expand after Rachni wars. Splinter after genophage. Genophage medical, not nuclear. No craters from virus. Damage caused by Krogan, not Solarians, not me.
So if the Krogan banded together and formed a united government, you'd welcome that?
Yes, United Krogan saved Galaxy. Destroyed Rachni. Genophage, not punishment. Simply alters fertility to correct for removal from hostile environment.
The effects on Tuchanka are still your responsibility. You upgraded the virus that kept them in barbarism.
Krogan committed war crimes. Refused to negotiate. Turian defeat not complete. Krogan could have recovered, attacked again. Conventional war too risky. Krogan forces too strong. Genophage was only option. Krogan forced genophage. Us or them. No apologies for winning. Wouldn't have minded peaceful solution.
We're not gonna find Malin staring at consoles. Come on.
Dead Krogan, female. Tumors indicate experimentation. No restraint marks. Volunteer. Sterile, werelock female, willing to risk procedures. Hoped for cure. Pointless. Pointless waste of life.
I didn't expect you to be disturbed by the sight of a dead Krogan.
What? Why? Because of genophage work? Irrelevant. No. Causative. Never experimented on live Krogan. Never killed with medicine. Her death not my work. Only reaction to it. Goal was to stabilize population. Never wanted this. Can see it logically. But still unnecessary. Foolish. Waste of life. Hate to see it.
I didn't think you'd had much direct contact with things like this. Did you come to Tuchanka after dropping your plague?
Yearly recon missions. Water, tissue samples. Ensure no mistakes. Superiors offered to carry it on. Refused. Need to see it in person. Need to look. Need to see. Accepted as necessary. See small picture. Remind myself why I run a clinic on Omega. Rest, young mother. Find your gods. Find someplace better.
I didn't expect spirituality from you, Morden.
Genophage modification project altered millions of lives. Then saw results. Ego, humility, juxtaposition, frailty of life, size of universe. Explored religions after work completed. Different races. No answers. Many questions.
Sounds like you were trying to deal with your guilty conscience. The doctor who killed millions.
Modified genophage project great in scope. Scientifically brilliant. But ethically difficult. Krogan reaction visceral, tragic. Not guilty, but responsible. Trained as doctor. Genophage affects fertility, doesn't kill. Still, caused this. Hard to see big picture behind pile of corpses.
Can you really just rationalize it all away? How do you justify it?
Shepard is
Wheel of
like...
life. Popular Solarian concept. Similar to human Hinduism in focus on reincarnation. Appealing to see life as endless. Fix mistakes in next life. Learn, adapt, improve. Refuse to believe life ends here. Too wasteful. Have more to offer. Mistakes to fix. Cannot end here. Could do so much more.
I don't feel like the Paragon option should be making Morden feel like
if you
shit
need this
about
much soul
this.
searching to get over it, maybe the genophage was wrong.
Had to be done. Rachni wars, Krogan rebellions, all pointed to Krogan aggression. So many simulations. Effects of Krogan population increase, all pointed to war. Extinction. Genophage or genocide. Save Galaxy from Krogan. Save Krogan from Galaxy.
You could have cured the genophage instead. Brought hope to the Krogan. They'd have rejoiced.
Assumes human reaction. Krogan stimulus response different. Harsh environment. Take chance to fight. Flee. Would have caused chaos on Tuchanka. Victor would have war economy. Bloodthirsty army. Galactic expansion only logical outcome. More war. Genophage saved lives. War would have ended.
So you're willing to sterilize a species based on the evidence of a few simulations?
Yes, millions of data points, years of arguments, countless scenarios, all noted Krogan fragmentation as dangerous, no unified culture to support repopulation. Would have been war, Turians and humans destroying Krogan utterly. Genophage was better, saved lives.
Look at the dead woman, Morden. It doesn't look like you saved her.
No, it doesn't. Worked with available data. Only option. No other possible. Doesn't matter.
So again, what it should be is you should be able to be like, hey Morden, why didn't you do it so that they just didn't die as stillbirths, for starters? Maybe that's a good starting place. Oh no.
This might be useful.
Not that one. Oh, it was on the right. So white skip. I need a better chair. My back starts to hurt after too long sitting here.
Not Bloodpack, not member of Clan Werelock. Wrong clan markings.
I'm a nerd, not scout. Werelock guards got me.
So why doesn't Grunt... Grunt has nothing to say about any of this?
The Chief Scout told us to watch for you. We've taken out the guards. Get back to Erdnot.
I can't. The Werelock did things to me. Drugs. Injections. Said I was sacrificing for the good of all Krogan. Experiments to cure the genophage. Everything's blurry. Hard to think. Have to stay.
Morden, can you get him back on his feet? Stims, maybe? Something to bolster his immune system?
You don't understand. I'm not too sick to leave. I have to stay. They're curing the genophage. They're gonna make it all better. They have to keep doing the tests.
Caution, Shepard. Patient unstable, susceptible, brainwashed.
Why do you want them to keep doing the tests?
This is my fault. I got caught. Wasn't strong enough. Not good enough. This is the best I can do. This is all I can do. I'm not big enough to have a real shot with the females. I'll never have kids of my own. But if I help undo the genophage, then I mattered.
Millions of children will be born. Werelock children. They're gonna destroy the other clans.
But... no. No, they said I was helping Erdnot.
If you want to help Erdnot, you need to get back there. But it would take a real badass to make it back to camp while injured.
I can do it.
You? I said a badass, not some scout whining like a quarian with a tummy ache.
I can do it. I'm up. And I'm going to the female camp.
Damn right you are. Get back there and show them what you're worth. Go! Go!
Nicely done. Fortunately, subject is unlikely to be contagious.
Shepard, I'm detecting crates ahead that are holding unstable materials. A misplaced shot could cause a significant explosion.
Or a well-placed shot. Explosives useful. Burn through Krogan armor. Hostiles to the right.
Krogan are strong enough that I can't knock him over with my charge. Oh. Excuse me.
Too late! Now you're dead! One more! Nothing can hurt me!
So this is a Krogan hospital, huh?
Get ready to fight.
Very brutalist. Very Soviet.
Nothing can hurt me!
Brutalism. Hack.
What's this?
Malin, alive, unharmed. No signs of restraint, no evidence of torture. Don't understand.
For such a smart man, Professor, you always had trouble seeing evidence that disagreed with your preconceptions. How long will it take you to admit that I'm here because I wish to be here?
He wasn't kidnapped. He came here voluntarily to cure the genophage.
Impossible. Whole team agreed. Project necessary.
How was I supposed to disagree with the great Dr. Solus? I was your student. I looked up to you.
Experiments performed here. Live subjects, prisoners, torture and executions. You're doing?
We've already got the blood of millions on our hands, Doctor. It takes a bit more to put things right. I can deal with that.
You honestly think the experiments you did here are justified?
We committed cultural genocide. Nothing I do will ever be justified. The experiments are monstrous because I was taught to be a monster.
Morden, did you ever perform experiments like this?
No. Never taught you this, Malin.
So your hands are clean. What does it matter if the ground is stained with the blood of millions? You taught me that the end justified the means. I will undo what we did, Professor. The only way I know how.
What happens if the genophage is cured and the Krogan expand again? That will be on your head.
We justified this atrocity by saying the Krogan would cause havoc and war if their population recovered. But look at the galaxy. Batarian attacks in the Traverse, Geth attacks in the Citadel. Is this a more peaceful universe? The assault on your Eden Prime might never have happened if we had let the Krogan recover. We'll never know.
That's a weird.
How would a Krogan population explosion have done anything to stop Saren and the Geth?
An increased Krogan population would have forced the Council to take steps, likely involving colony rights in the Traverse. The Turian fleets would be vigilant for any military activity in the area. They might have stopped the Geth at Eden Prime.
Supposition. Impossible to be certain.
Don't you see? We tried to play God and we failed. We only made things worse. And I'm going to fix it.
You talked about killing, but the genophage isn't lethal. It only affects fertility rates.
Krogan fight over fertile females. They become mercenaries or pirates because they see no alternative. They would be thriving in a cultural renaissance now had we not decided that this is what they deserved.
Inaccurate. Krogan population resulted in war. Simulations were clear.
Why work with Clan Weyrloc? And how did you access the genophage data?
The data was easy to obtain. We all still had clearance. We were heroes. All I had to do was ask. As for the Weyrloc, they were the only clan with both the resources and the commitment.
Urdnot has a larger camp than Weyrloc. Why not use them?
Urdnot Rex is too soft. He wasn't willing to do the experiments I needed. It's Urdnot's loss and Weyrloc's gain. Their clan will be the first to recover from the crime we committed.
Malin clearly doesn't need rescuing. What do you want to do?
Have to end this.
You can't face the truth, can you? Can't admit that your brilliant mind led you to commit an atrocity!
Unacceptable experiments. Unacceptable goals. Won't change. No choice. Have to kill you.
Wait. You don't need to do this, Mordin. You're not a murderer.
No. Not a murderer. Thank you, Shepard. Finished, Malin. Get out. No Weyrloc left. Project over.
What if he talks to more Krogan? Tells the public about the modified genophage project?
Special tasks group good at covering tracks. No proof. Weyrloc willingness to work with Salarian, unusual. Other Krogan will kill him.
Aren't you worried that he'll start his research again?
No. Locking this unit. Special task group can cut access to old data. Could start from scratch. Decades of work, though. Didn't teach you everything I knew.
You heard the professor. Get out before he changes his mind.
Where am I supposed to go, Professor?
Don't care. Try Omega. Can always use another clinic.
The Krogan didn't deserve what we did to them, Professor. The genophage needs to end.
Not like this. Apologies, Commander. Misunderstood mission parameters. No kidnapping. My mistake. Thank you.
Don't worry about me, Mordin. How are you doing?
Should have killed him. Wanted to. Easier than listening. Easier for him, too. Experiments indicate how far he's fallen. Expected it from Krogan. Not one of mine.
Maybe you'll remember that the next time you're discussing the ethics of the genophage.
Yes. So many variables. Stress responses. Impossible to truly predict. Something to think about. Malin's research. Only loose end. Could destroy it. Closure. Security. Still valuable, though.
This is the research that includes tests on living victims. It's tainted.
Right now, victims died for nothing. Keep it. Use it. Death's worth something. Malin's work could cure genophage. Don't know. Effects on Krogan. Effects on Galaxy. Too many variables. Too many variables.
You regret what the Krogan have become. You see the horror of what they did here. But you see the loss, too.
Wasted potential.
They don't deserve this, Mordin. Save the data.
Point taken, Shepard. Capturing data. Wiping local copy. Still years away from cure. But closer than starting from scratch. Done. Ready to go. Ready to be off to Tuchanka. Anywhere else. Maybe somewhere sunny.
Let's get out of here.
Alright. Troubled by Clan Weyrloc's progress toward genophage cure without service knowledge. Cure data may prove useful, Krogan dangerous, but if recruited as shock troops against Reapers, extremely valuable. Morden's assistant is no longer a problem. Morden will have no trouble focusing on the mission. So I unlocked Neural Shock for Morden. Krogan Vitality, Microfusion, Credits, Iridium. And then this is going to take me back to the shuttle.
Go to the clan. Not grunt. You go where you want.
Is there really anything else I need to do here right now? Oh, I do need to turn in.
Someday we'll get off this rock and show those Quarians who's boss.
Clan Erdnot has increased in strength after the destruction of Clan Werlock. Based on population profiles, Clan Erdnot has adopted surviving members of Clan Werlock, mostly women and children.
Ah, intelligent move. Surprising from Krogan. Glad to see it.
Shepard, what can I do for you, my friend? Wish I could.
I have to give the mechanic the couplers, I think. I'll double check the stores when I leave.
One more win in the pits.
Don't touch anything. If you're gonna stand there, I can't do anything until I build a replacement manifold for this damn Tuchanka.
I'm going out in the field. If I see a combustion...
If you did, it would save me a lot of work. Maybe bring back my sunny disposition. Yeah, the one they lost is probably still out in the field.
I'm going out in the field.
If you did, it would save me a lot of...
Let me get out.
Don't do me any
Oh, I
favors.
didn't find the manifold.
Again, darken my lab, human.
Enjoy your research.
Yes, yes.
Oops.
These things would last longer if they...
I don't think that makes any kind of difference at all whatsoever in the next game.
One of the children.
I could be wrong.
You don't want seeing those vermin roasting in the heat from an explosive.
It was a lot of
Help
fun.
yourself to more. I'll give you a discount at my store. Suit yourself.
Oops.
Child. My son.
Tell the chief scout about that. Yeah, I missed it. Oops.
It was good.
Whoopsie doodles.
Of course. The pits have been a bloodbath ever since Urza's
My scout made it back. We've got him. Said you yelled at him until he got his hump out of that basin back here. You've got a quad, human. Thanks for saving my scout. Saves me having to train another one.
Talk to you later.
Ignore them, girl. They're not worth the effort.
Okay. So let's go back to the ship. Let's talk to Jacob, Morden, and Grunt. And then, oops. I'm not in the right place.
Not grunt with us now. We're willing to consider new directions. That's what makes Clan Erdnot strong.
So yeah, Jacob, Morden, Grunt, and then we'll call it quits. We're at about 3 hours.
Commander, you've received a new message at your private terminal.
It could happen to you. Chain, junk mail, concerns for us regarding the Keepers. From Chorban, that's the one I helped scan the Keepers. I hope this address still works. I promise to send you intel on the Keepers if I found anything, and this is important. See the scans you took? It turns out the Keepers are bioengineered, and based on my comparisons to some of the material from Saren's flagship Sovereign, they were engineered millions of years ago by the same people who made Sovereign. You may not understand how important this is, but it suggests that the Citadel wasn't really made by the Protheans. It may have been made by something far older, with the Keepers as organic guardians. And what's more, based on my genetic readings, they're supposed to react to something. Some signal or something. About every 50,000 years. You can measure genetic variances. It's a bit like comparing rings on a tree to see the drought years. Whoever did this, well, around the last time this signal went off would appear to be the time the Protheans disappeared. And it's scheduled to go off sometime around now. If any old tech still works, they could have some nasty surprises waiting for us. Just thought you'd want to know. Nobody here on the Citadel will listen to me. It seems like information I could give to the Council that would help prove that the Reapers are real. Shaman Erdnot, damn, I hate these things, but you need to hear this. You're part of Grunt's Kront, and you're his leader, so keep him alive. Here, I have to stay polite, play the role, but our people are dying. Krogan have always valued survival over tradition. If we're going to survive as a people, we need your vat-grown Grunt. Okir was a madman, but he was a madman with a plan. And that's more than most have on this ball of rock. So bring him back from your damn mission. My people need him, and if you all get killed, I'll piss on all your graves. Shaman Erdnot. Thank you. From Leslie. I was on Aia. That food made me sick. The doctors are helping me now. One doctor knows Jacob. He says he can tell you this. He would write this for me, but I want to do it. I need to use my words. My words are coming back. I can talk well. Reading is hard, but I am getting better. I have to get better. Taylor wanted me like this. He wanted my words gone. I have to show him that he lost. I am not weak. He did things to me, and he can't now. He can't take away my words. He can't make me not me anymore, because you and Jacob stopped him. Thank you, Leslie.
How may I help you, Commander? Good luck out there, Shepard.
Let's talk to Joker real quick as well. And then, yeah, we'll talk to those three, and then we'll call it quits.
Commander.
I assume everything's
good
going
for
well?
now. Fractured my thumb. See you, Commander.
Oh, I thought maybe you'd have something to say after landing on Tuchanka. Be like, oh, it's good to see Rex again, isn't it? Jacob.
Commander, can I help you with something?
I'm more interested in just talking for a bit.
If you want, Commander. Cerberus has ranks, but it's not the Alliance. No rules about fraternization. Your boat, your call. You want to get friendly with everyone? That's your business.
You sound hesitant, Jacob. Am I putting you on the spot?
You're trying to. Sorry if I knee-jerked. Cerberus puts a lot of suspicion in your head. I like you, Shepard, so talk, and we'll see how it goes.
You want to talk about what happened with your father?
I don't really have anything to say about that, Commander. It's done with.
Anyone waiting for you back home?
Only child and no extended family. Never settled down. Didn't seem fair with this job. But you can't miss what you never had.
No Mrs. Taylor waiting in port, Jacob? I'm surprised.
Don't be. Easier that way. Cerberus keeps you mobile. Aside from guarding you for 2 years. Not the worst job I've had, that's for sure. Where are you going with this?
Just making sure I won't get my ass shot off if I make a move on you.
Well, I wasn't expecting that, Commander. Shepard, I haven't looked at you that way. I mean, I've looked. Sure, but not seriously.
The
An
look
option,
on
just not one
Shepard's
I
face
take.
there.
Okay. Now that I sound like an idiot, what I mean is, I won't disrupt the ship with this.
Well, I'm thinking about it, Jacob. As far as I'm concerned, that's enough to get us moving.
Jesus.
That's all it takes, huh?
Shepard's a creep.
I'm just along for the ride.
If you're lucky.
All right, Shepard. You want to grab a drink sometime, maybe talk some more? We'll see where it goes. That might seem slow, but one knighting the commander is a quick way to get airlocked. I should get back to work.
Shepard's such a creep. Keeps butting back with this.
Commander, can I help you with something?
Let's just talk for a bit. Unofficial. You and me.
We've got a good thing, Shepard. Let's not push it. We'll talk again later.
What do you think of the state of the...
Yeah. Anything else, Commander?
How we doing, Jacob?
Felt good to take anything else, Commander. The whole thing was hushed like they're good at
We'll talk later.
Shepard.
Shepard. Okay. Oh no, what did I just do? What just happened? I don't know what just happened. I legitimately have no clue what just happened.
Seeing those vermin roasting in the heat. I'll give you a discount at my store. Suit yourself.
I think I hit the F1 key when I meant to hit escape. But why would that do something? Oh, I hit the G6 key. Which apparently is set up to be F6. F6.
The pits have been a bloodbath ever since Urza's handler was exiled.
But you've got a quad, human.
Well, crap, I have to go back and do
Ignore them, girl.
that
They're
talk
not
again.
worthy.
Barely survived the pod during my reign. Guess that human's got a quad.
And I almost did exactly the same thing. Well, that's gonna delay things. I don't know what happened. I lost control of my character.
And Solarians, too. Little bastards who get so smart. I wasn't like that, didn't they? Couldn't take it from me.
Commander, you've received a new message at your private terminal.
Have to redo this discussion.
Commander, can I help you with something?
I'm more interested in just...
If you want. Your boat, your call. You want to get friendly with everyone?
You sound
You're
hesitant.
trying to. I like you, Shepard. So talk. And we'll see. I don't really have anything to say. Only child and no extended... Don't be. Where are you going with this? Well, I mean, I've looked. Okay. Now that I sound
Well,
like an
I'm
idiot.
thinking about it.
That's all it takes, huh? All right, Shepard. That might... I should get back to work.
That's super weird.
Still hard to believe Malin betrayed me. Betrayed my work. Disgusted by his actions. Proud of his nerve, though. Almost thought he lacked backbone. Hope he finds something new. Better goal, better purpose. Fewer torture tests.
You're really at peace with what happened?
Yes, of course. Can't change what happened. Life continues. Back to mission, back to work. Become like Malin otherwise. Solarian emotional processing faster than other species. Has to be. Short-lived culture can't spend time reminiscing.
So you really don't feel bad at all about what happened on Tuchanka?
Yes, correct. Now at least. Greatly distressed at the time. Stages of grief, loss, anger, rationalization. Dealt with it. Most issues settled on Tuchanka, some on shuttle back to Normandy.
Malin didn't seem like he processed his emotional response. He was obsessed with the genophage.
True, didn't mean to imply that Solarians were healthier emotionally. Can still make wrong choices, bad decisions from grief, anger, guilt. Malin couldn't accept feelings. Made decision, executed. Probably before I left for Omega. Wish I'd seen it. Solarians still feel, just resolve it quickly. Explains lack of marriage, can't sustain courtship emotions. Or perhaps based on reproduction. Unsure.
What about Malin's data on the genophage? His attempts at a cure?
What about it? Have it over there somewhere. Not dealing with it now. Need to focus on collectors. Not important now, regardless. Appreciate you helping me back on Tuchanka. Should get back to work. Wasted enough time already. Lots to do. Talk later?
So I'm getting to romance Jacob because I feel like nobody on Earth has ever romanced him before, basically.
How can I help?
Have you got a minute to talk?
Some other time. About to test new bioweapon. Not on us, of course. Didn't think I had to anything else?
Any ideas?
Sorry,
on
have done what I can. Focusing on studying collector tech now.
Is the lab
Quite
working?
satisfactory. Found a few surveil. Just need more samples. More collector data. Cerberus personnel. It always some matters, but nothing affecting immediate.
I'll let you
We'll be here if you need me.
Thane would like to speak with you, Commander.
And Thane can get fucked. For now. I'll actually probably... I'm thinking there's a good chance I'll start off with Thane next time. Thane and Garrus both having to go to the Citadel, so do the two of them. And then Kasumi's not far from there. Kasumi's in the same cluster, star cluster.
Urdnot grunt. I like it. I have a clan. That makes me... It makes me want to fight, not just able to. And Uvink, I wanted to disembowel him, to tear out his spine like a trophy.
We started this because you were losing control. Now you sound more violent than ever.
Rex said I was normal. Just had this built-up stuff because of being grown in the tank. Now that I know it's not an outside thing, and I have a place as a Krogan, I like it. Our enemies are in trouble, Shepard. And we better not run out of targets.
I'm not planning on living like this forever, Grunt.
Talk like that, and it won't be your choice. I'm sure as hell not quitting with a whimper. Just so you're clear where we stand. Shepard.
Just checking in.
Humans talk too much. Like the tank.
Anything in your tank imprints?
Nothing else I can think of. I'm no tech. Enjoy what you've got.
What do you think
Good
about
bunch if they stay out of my way. Dead bunch if they don't. Train them
Did
good.
Okeer give you any imprints?
You already know more than he did. Okeer's is barely useful.
What do you think about the
Good
crew?
bunch if they stay out of my way. Dead bunch.
What are your thoughts
We'll push our enemies to the edge of space, then step
That's all
up,
for now.
Shepard.
Alright. So yes. I did Jacob. I still have Miranda, Garrus, Samara, Thane, Kasumi all to do. So that's 5. And then Tali, Jack, and Zaid. So 8. I still have 8, and I accomplished 3 today over the course of about 3 hours. I think the other ones will take less time because they're not on a new planet overall. But, who knows? because that's about an hour apiece. But alright, yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up there. I'm going to
Miranda wants to see you, Commander.
go mind my own business for a while. I suggest you do the same.